any time that I have an excuse to go to the beach during the summer, I'm gonna take it. It could be my friend's dog's half birthday and I'm just gonna be like, yo, let's celebrate. So Memorial Day weekend comes around, it goes without saying, Daryl gets the alcohol, I get the Airbnb. Let's go. Now the first thing we did wrong was we didn't even book this Airbnb until like last minute. We actually booked it like a week in advance, but the problem is like on Memorial Day weekend, you don't book that like a week in advance, you book that like 4 months in advance. So I'm over here, I'm scrolling down Airbnb, I'm trying to find a single place that isn't $200 or $300 a night. And I can't find a single place in the town that we're trying to stay. And I'm thinking like, look, I got a nice car, I got some leather seats, I got a sunroof. I don't mind sleeping in the car. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. Then I expanded the map and I looked for places that were like outside of the one town we were trying to stay in, and I found one place that was for $97 a night, and I booked that shit immediately. Because I knew that if I didn't book it like right away, some other asshole was gonna get it and then I was gonna miss out. So I get the place, it goes through, I didn't even have to get verified. I thought it was like it almost seemed too good to be true. But of course not, it's not too good to be true, that's ridiculous. And that Saturday, we head down to the beach, we get ready for a day or two of partying. So I start driving us. It's probably like a 2-hour drive, so we're not exactly close to home. Finally, 2 hours later, we get to our destination. I am totally pumped. I get out of the car, I stretch my legs, I look around, look at the view that I'm gonna have for the next 2 days. I thought it was a pretty nice area for just 97 bucks, but you know, I didn't think anything of it. I go up to the door, ring the doorbell so that I get to meet my host, and the person who answers the door was, I guess you could say she was an older woman. She was old enough for me to be surprised that she even knew what Airbnb was. So, you know, I'm there with my dumb big ass smile. I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Tom. I'm gonna be here for the next night for, you know, the Airbnb. And she looks at me and instantly she gives me a face that basically says, what the fuck is an Airbnb? So I start explaining to her that, you know, we have this address right here, we wanted to make sure we were at the right place, we were. And then another guy walks around from the other side of the house, he introduces himself. First of all, guy scared the shit out of me. So I catch him up to speed and he's like, yeah, someone else is actually here for that same scam earlier today. And then I pause and I look at the guy and I'm like, for that same... what? Then he repeats himself. He's like, yeah, someone else is here earlier today for the same reason. They got scammed, apparently. They even called the cops. And the first thing I thought was like, that's kind of weird. Why would you call 911 for someone who's scamming you on Airbnb? Like, what are the cops gonna do? So anyway, I'm looking at the address. We are on, like, East Greenwood Street. We thought, hey, maybe it's actually West Greenwood Street, and my host is just a fucking idiot. Very likely so. We hop back in our car, and we find West Greenwood Street. We get there. The house number doesn't even exist on West Greenwood Street. So now I'm thinking, alright, I gotta call this woman, I gotta figure out what's going on. Call the woman, it rings twice, call failed. I call again, call failed again. Now the number's not real, the address is wrong, I can't talk to her. What the fuck? I'm honestly wondering to myself, why does this kind of stuff always happen to me? Like, does God know that I have a YouTube channel and does he like make this stuff happen on purpose? Like, I don't know. Did God subscribe to my YouTube channel? I don't know. I think that would be pretty dope, so that's what I'm gonna tell myself. Oh, and did I mention that it was raining this entire time, by the way? Yeah, so it's raining, we're homeless, we're stuck in my car, we have nowhere to go. So then I call Airbnb, I try and figure out what's going on. So I pick up the phone, I call Airbnb customer service, and I'm like, hey, what the fuck happened to my room? I was obviously much more polite than that. I wasn't even really mad as this whole thing was going on. We got food right before we actually made it to the first house that was a scam, so the whole time it was going on, I had food and I was happy. So I'm on the phone with someone from customer service. I'm talking to like this lovely woman who's just doing everything she can to help us. She even went out of her way to connect us with someone in upper management just so we can figure out what to do with this situation. Which, by the way, quick side note, right before I was about to get transferred over to the other person, at the end of the conversation, I said to this woman, because she was doing her best to help us, I just said to her, I genuinely thanked her, and like I really appreciated what she was trying to do for us. And the reason I'm telling you this is because the response I got from her after I gave her that compliment and thanked her was I felt like she was about to tear up. Because when you have a job like that, where you have to deal with assholes just yelling at you all day for something that isn't even your fault. Like, they don't deserve the shit they have to deal with on those phones in customer service at all. And then I don't think they get paid enough either. So when I was on the phone with this person, I'm not trying to be all serious and angry and trying to get my money back. Like, I'm on the phone, I'm cracking jokes with her. I'm just trying to have fun while the whole situation's going down. Like, I know I'm gonna get my money back, obviously. I don't care. So at the end of the phone call, her response was she thanked me for thanking her and just for how I treated her. And that made me feel good. So I just felt like mentioning that in this video because, you know, if you're ever on the phone with someone in customer service, just try and put yourself in their shoes for once, and if you can just be that one person that whole day who treats them with respect and actually makes their day a little bit better, you're making a good impact on the world. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get back to this bitch who tried to steal my money. So I get transferred over to a woman that's actually higher up. We start trying to figure out what's going on. She knows it's a scam, I know it's a scam, we all know it's a scam. Now here is where I realized I messed up in the most amazing way possible. I accidentally booked my trip, not from Saturday to Sunday, but from Sunday to Monday. I don't know how I did that. I'm pretty sure I know my days of the week, but apparently I don't. Which means I was 24 hours early to my scam. Which means that if this wasn't a scam and this really was the house and I just made the mistake of being 24 hours early to my Airbnb, I would have been homeless and screwed. But because this was a scam, like the 1 in 1,000 chance that it actually was a scam, I was able to not only cancel my reservation and get a refund, but because I paid $97 for the Airbnb, if I wanted to get another place that night, they were going to match my $97, basically giving me a $200 location for half off. Now, because it was so last minute and because there weren't really any places, I mean, there were some places available, I didn't like any of the places though. So instead, I told her, you know what, I have a better idea. We're gonna sleep in the car tonight. And now, I ended up getting a 50% off coupon for any future purchase with Airbnb. All because I got scammed by Airbnb. That is the most amazing scam ever. If that's what getting scammed is like, I wish I got scammed more often. So I decided, you know what, if this video gets 5,000 thumbs up, I will pick a random comment that I like the most personally, and I will give them my 50% off coupon for Airbnb. It's just a code, so literally anyone can use it. All you gotta do, give this video a thumbs up, and whoever leaves the comment that I think is the most flattery and nice to me, I'm gonna give them a free coupon. I know, I'm an asshole. I'm basically saying, hey, if you give me compliments, I will pay you. But I think it's for a good cause, so I don't really mind. What sucks though is that the other person that got scammed, like the person who was at the first house before us earlier that day, the one who like called the cops, apparently they called into Airbnb too to try and resolve the issue, but they never got anything out of it. They never got any 50% off coupon, they never had any solution that was given to them, so I have a feeling they weren't exactly as polite to the people at the customer service as I was. Because it wasn't very hard to get the coupon. All I was respectful and courteous of the person on the other end of the line. And because I was in that good mood, I was able to get all of my money back, a 50% off coupon, and I was down the shore ready to party my ass off. And not only that, later that night, a buddy of ours offered to let us crash at his place completely for free. So we meet up with him, we go to some parties, we talk to some girls, we go to the boardwalk. It's just a good time. Like really, I want to start vlogging some of this stuff that happens to me just so I can like put it in these videos when I'm telling these stories. I think that'd be a really cool element to start adding to these videos in the future. So guys, if this is your first time ever watching one of my videos and you don't hate my face, feel free to subscribe because I make videos like this every single week. And guys, that's really all I've got to say on it. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next Monday. Peace.